Home. It's a word that implies more than just a place to live. It represents history, community, family, a life filled with memory and smiles. What makes a city more than just a place to live? What makes it home? Is it the leaders, the citizens, the location? Or is it something else altogether that's harder to define? For us, the residents of Millcreek, our heritage of past generations and immigrants from across the world have helped define our home. Today, as our diverse community takes its first steps forward as the newest city in the Salt Lake Valley, we come together like never before on a collective course for a better future.
Millcreek is full of really engaged citizens who have, in my 29 years here, have continuously and consistently been involved in the community, caring about the community, doing things in the community, volunteering.
Millcreek is a very diverse place to live and work and play. It sprawls quite literally across the Salt Lake Valley from the foothills near Millcreek Canyon. It goes all the way west past I-15. The people here, you have all walks of life, all religions, all socioeconomic statuses. We are the perfect example of what America is.
Millcreek is such a wonderful community because we have access to our canyons. It's a very outdoorsy area where people are able to recreate.
We have refugee population. We have people who have lived here like myself for 40+ years. We have people that are multi-generational.
The history of Millcreek began in the early days of pioneer settlement in the Salt Lake Valley. By 1848, only a year after Mormon settlers first declared this is the right place, families began to call Millcreek home. Many of our current residents have direct ancestors who were the first to homestead here.
John Holliday came out and settled part of the area, a little ways up from what was called the old Upper Road. Today we call it Highland Drive. Lots of great families settled in this area. The Neffs, for whom Neffs Canyon is named, they had to work hard to get things to grow. There were advantages in this area because the mill stream and other good water sources were available. It wasn't until the post-World War II baby boom that it really became a strictly residential kind of area.
In the years after World War II, with hard work from our residents and local businesses, Millcreek has grown into one of the strongest communities in the Salt Lake area. In January of 2017, we finally became a city of our own.
There are two reasons that I see that are critical of why we became a city. One is that we now have a representation by our own neighbors. We felt like we didn't really have a voice in our community as much as we would have liked. When it came right down to making decisions, they were made by people living outside of our neighborhood. Number two is we'll be able to retain the tax base rather than sending the money elsewhere.
Now, as a city, residents and leaders can, together, create a vision for the good of our community. Plans for the future are already taking shape, with newly elected representatives keeping their eye on both yesterday and tomorrow.
Looking forward, we've seen some plans and some ideas on how we can develop some walkable neighborhoods, some neighborhoods where we can encourage outside investors to come in and develop some areas where we can have some fun new shops for people to come and participate with. I see the vision of Millcreek hopefully continuing to be a lot of what it is like currently. A place that's friendly and warm, bringing families and people in that care about safe neighborhoods.
I believe we need to take advantage of the opportunities that we have with recreation. When we try to do more with less and we have less space for building, there are ways that we can be a little more creative in working with the recreation community because people travel from all over the world to ski here in Utah. And why not take advantage if we are that entryway into Park City and some of our great mountains, what can we do here to increase recreation for our community?
We can build on that community and use it to improve our living conditions, improve our sidewalks, and make our community more walkable. But I see a vibrant Millcreek that has a strong economy, a strong tax base to be able to provide good services, and still focuses on neighbors and building community. And I think that, it all ties in together for me.
History, beauty, opportunity, and community. These are the tenets of modern Millcreek City. These are what have made it a home for thousands of families throughout the decades and will guide it into the future. So now the work begins as Millcreek takes its rightful place as a city in the Salt Lake Valley, inviting every resident to help plan success for every street from east to west.
You're a part of Millcreek, and you've been a part of Millcreek, and we want you to be a part of Millcreek.
People are excited about this new opportunity, and they will do what Millcreek residents do best. That's get in, work, make the best of things, volunteer.
As their mayor, I'm just going to tell you that I will do my very best to preserve the things that are good, work hard 24/7 if it takes it, to make sure that people's problems are addressed to the extent we can, and that we engage in a vision we all agree upon, or as many people agree upon as possible, to build the Millcreek of the 21st century, the 22nd century.
This is our city. Together, we can create a prosperous future for ourselves, our children, and generations to come, who will look back with pride at where they came from, their home, our city of Millcreek.